Meow and welcome coloring cats to this coloring tutorial. I colored another page from the coloring book Fragile World by Kerby Rosanes, and here is how I did it. I started with the background, and because I wanted to do a night scene, I chose darker tones of blue colors. I slowly went from the lightest shade at the bottom to the darkest at the top. And it was really slow process. Only the sky took me 2 hours, and I don't even know how. I was using a mix of brands again, and thanks to this page, I realized that I really don't want to use Faber-Castell Goldfaber pencils anymore. They are not the worst in the world, but they make the coloring harder and not enjoyable. Well, at least for me. Of course, they can be great fit for someone else, but I share my personal experience and opinion. When I mix them with other brands like Luminance, Prisma or Pablo, the quality gap is really noticeable. I remember using them alone as well, and they weren't fun to use either. So after coloring this picture, I ended with only 6 brands mixed together, and these are Prismacolor, Polychromos, Luminance, Pablo, Derwent Drawing, and Derwent Artists. Actually, I really think about Derwent Artists because half of them are really great, but the other half of them is really terrible. So, what's your opinion on Derwent Artists? Do you like them? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, I like to use all the brands together because I am finally using them all. I was always using only like Prismacolors, because I knew them well and didn't have to even think about it. I didn't have to think about which colors I want to use, which colors look great together, and so on. I just knew them. And poor other pencil brands were just abandoned on the shelf. So this system really helps me to use them all, and it also gives me a lot of freedom in coloring. However, I know that it can be hard to follow when you don't have the exact colors. One thing is that I want to show you and teach you about being independent on the brand or on coloring tutorials. And be open-minded to art and express yourself without thinking, But on the other hand, I know that sometimes we all need a lead. We need a guide who shows us how to do certain things and who will be here for us, right? That's why I also do coloring tutorials where I use only one brand of pencils at a time. I don't mix various pencil brands together. And I show you everything you need, like which colors I was using or other important info. I do these videos on my Patreon, where you will find a large library of coloring tutorials and color along videos, also full versions of my YouTube videos, updates and behind the scenes or work in progress pictures, and much more. I am giving it a real go and doing some changes. For instance, I stopped spamming your mailbox with notifications for every post I share. I am constantly sharing something, and I can imagine how annoying it could be. So, instead of that, I do monthly summaries with a link to all the posts that I shared the previous month. So you have everything on one place, on one post, which makes it super easy to navigate to the post you need. And there is really much more, and I'm so excited about it. Also, if you like painting or drawing, then you can check out the painting and drawing collections. These collections are small for now, but in case of growing interest, I would add more to these sections. After all, painting, next to the coloring, is my biggest passion. and drawing is also a thing for me. But back to this coloring page. When I finished the background, on which I also used mineral spirit to blend everything, I switched to Derwent Inktense. And as usual, I laid down all the layers first and then activated them with water. If you want to know which colors I used, you can check them out in the description box below this video. But basically, I started with light colors and ended with dark colors, just like with classic pencils. And using Inktense made it so quick. I love the moment the colors come to life and shine. You know how vivid they are, and the transition is amazing. Anyway, I still needed to add some texture, so I took the pencils again and somehow I ended up using only Polychromos and only a few of Prisma colors. It was so fun, and you know, I would never think about coloring this particular page, but it just hit me and I just had to do it. Yeah. I got that vision of a night scene from Avatar, so I had no other choice, right? In the end, I used colorful acrylic paint pens, which is also something I started to use just recently. You know, until now I was always using only white pens, but these colorful ones are so cool. What works well for me is a set of Posca pastel tones, and I prefer the small nib 0.7mm in the shape of PC1MR. But yeah, I also use other brands like Art Magico, which is a local brand with quite a decent quality. In any case, I don't think that the brand matter if it comes to acrylic paint pens, because I was using also paint pens from AliExpress and they were pretty good as well. So I don't think that the brand would matter that much. And of course, I couldn't miss the stars, right? Not only because it's a night sky, but also because I love making all these splatters and I love how it looks like. And yeah, it makes mess and I just love the mess after painting and coloring around, you know, so I hope you enjoy this video. If so, you can give me a like if you like. And see you in the next Meow Sam video. Pass and purrs, your Nekosimi.